Good morning, class. I wanted to talk today a little bit more about graphs of parabolas, and I've got some functions here already graphed, and so I want to talk about how they work and how they're compared to the parent graph, which is y equals x squared. So each of these graphs has a y equals x squared on it, and then the orange graph, the orange function, is how that parent graph changes. So let's get started. Here we've got y equals negative x squared plus 3. In that graph, I've got a negative sign in front and I'm adding 3. When you have a negative sign in front, it actually flips the graph upside down. So this graph gets flipped upside down, and then the plus 3 moves it up 3 spaces. So if you can imagine this white graph reflecting across this line first, so it's like that, and then the whole thing moving up 3 spaces, you've got it. It also makes sense if you just calculate the points. If I put in 0 for x, 0 squared is 0. And then negative 0 is still 0. And then plus 3, I get 3. If I substitute 1 for x, 1 squared and then make it negative, plus 3, I get 2. So you can do the calculations, or you could think about how the graph changes. But that's it. If you make a table of values, all of those points will work out right. Okay, the next one, 3x squared minus 4, I've got y equals x squared. I'm going to multiply by 3 and subtract 4 every time I square my x value. So 0 squared times 3 is still 0, minus 4, get negative 4. 1 squared is 1, 1 times 3 is 3, 3 minus 4 is negative 1. 2 squared is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 minus 4 is 8. So I can keep calculating them. The same will happen for the negatives. But the other way to think about it is, if I multiply x squared by 3, I'm stretching the graph vertically. And so it makes the graph taller, which makes it look skinnier. And then, I've done that, I'm going to move the entire graph down 4 spaces. That's what the minus 4 does. So this number in front, the a, it tells you if you're going to stretch the graph taller or squish it and compress it and make it flatter, depending on whether a is bigger than 1 or less than 1. And then a can also flip the graph upside down if it's a negative number. And then the c value tells you whether to move the graph up or down. On this one, make sure you also read the notes that are at the beginning to look at the terms. But each of your graphs should have a y equals x squared and a regular graph, and you should be able to explain the difference between the two. So have a good day, everybody.